Okay, folks, welcome to Beginner's Luck 101. Special guest star is an old-time friend of mine. Met him years ago. His name's Fred. He came to me, well, let's see, about 16 or 17 years ago. I was going through a divorce and I was hitting this one bar on the way home. And that's where I met my wife. She was the bartender. And periodically, well, just about every night she worked, I'd go up and stock her beer for her and empty her trash cans, and at least once or twice a month, Fred here, I'd have to drive home. He'd be so drunk, I'd have to drive him home. And he had an old S10 pickup truck. It was a chore just to drive it. But anyway, we was sitting at the bar one night, and he said that he said, "Man, I've been rock hunting, and I ain't never found none. I don't know what to do." Shut up. So I kind of give him some pointers. I said, first thing you want to do is you want to turn over every piece of flint you see, because you never know, tip of the iceberg, what's under the dirt. And I said another thing is look for odd colors, because Native American, he liked brilliant looking colors and stuff. So he said, well, my boss is putting this house on the end of this bluff, and so I said, well, I found a lot of stuff along that bluff at different areas of it. As a matter of fact, at the other end of this bluff line is where I found my biggest heartbreaker. And I did a vid on that before. That's that butterfly banner stone out of that green material. But so I said, well, we'll go out there and we'll look one day. So we're driving out there, and I said, I remember, Fred. I said, you got to turn over everything you see, every piece of flint. And it's not a very big area, and I walked almost that whole thing, and I only found a couple of flakes and what was the groove section of an axe. That was the only thing I found on that whole site. And I thought, well, I'll walk it one more time. I walked it, and as I got to the edge, I seen Fred was down at the bottom of a hill. Now you can put in anything you want to here, Fred.
No.
No. And he's messing around in a water puddle. And I'm thinking, well, shit, what did Fred find? So I go down there and see what he found. He was standing there with another guy, and I said, what'd you find, Fred? And what'd you say?
I said, I think I found like a bear. A statue.
He said,
I thought it was a statue.
He said, I don't know what I found. I said, well, let me see it. And I got to looking around at it, and I seen this little nub sticking off of it, and I seen another nub, and then I seen this kind of what looked like a head. And I said, oh shit, Fred, you found bear effigy stone. And I handed it back to him. And he got to looking around a little more, and
I was wiping it off in the mud puddle.
he was wiping it off in a mud puddle. I said, let me see it again. Remember, beginner's luck. Kills me. Just kills me. Anyway, I'm glad he found this artifact.
I seen about a spot about the size of your fingernail.
Yeah,
That's what I saw, and it
said,
was real muddy.
He said, all I seen was this little purple dot.
Purple looking stone.
Size of a dime.
Yeah.
And he said he remembered me telling him about turning over everything in color.
Yeah.
And so he dug it out of the mud.
And this was there was a big old handful. Handful of mud.
This was on the edge of the construction site, right next to the timber.
Right.
It wasn't on top of it. And so I got to looking at it again, and I could see a little indentation in it. I picked up a stick, and I started cleaning it out, and I said, holy shit. And I turned it over, and on a 90-degree angle, where I thought that head was another little hole. I said, holy crap, Fred, you found a pipe. And it was
cool.
immaculate, beautiful. I got to cleaning it off, and it had 10 nubs on it, and grooves around every nub.
Everything's polished down, yeah.
And it was amazing. I mean, and ever since I said, well, Fred, I said, I'll give you $100 for it right now.
She always brings that up.
But I did get him to agree, though, that if he ever gets in a bind and wants to sell it, I get first dibs at it. But what I told him, I said, man, that's a once-in-a-lifetime find. That is something you keep in a family and pass down.
Right.
You know, so, but you never know.
Get it out to show people it, though.
He might get hard up sometime. You never know.
Never know.
But he knows that it won't go any further than here. If he ever needs it back, I'd sell it back to him for the same price plus 10%. No. But, well, let's get to the artifact. There it sits. And this thing here is just phenomenal. Now you can see down that where the stem goes in. I don't know if I can pick it up.
You can see where the point is.
See where he drilled? And see the point down in there? That little divot at the end of the drill? And there is not a blemish on this thing. Let me see if I can turn it around. There's the inside of the bowl. It's just as shiny.
The bowl's smoother.
I know. I don't know how he polished this thing, but there are 10 nubs on this thing. There's 5 going around the top, and each one of them has a groove on it. And then there's 5 more going around the middle of it.
Even though there, when you look at it, looks like an alien's face, don't it? I think when you look at it like this.
Yeah.
Don't it look like an alien?
Uh-huh, sure does. But it seems as though this Indian might have been left-handed and held this thing like this when he lit it, and he had it for
I held it on the other way, because this is the side that's rubbed off.
I know.
Like this.
Well, I figured it was this way.
I think it was like this.
No, I think it was more the other way.
You think? And you held it
Yeah,
like
see
that?
how that finger rubs that nub?
Yeah.
But if you look at this nub right here, it's almost smooth, and that groove is almost gone on that one nub. Right there. And this is like it's the color of it, I don't know, I can't do it justice with the color. It's kind of like a maroon. And then you can see right here and right up here are 2 inclusions, 2 like almost like a brick red stripes going through it. I mean, it is just, this piece here is, oh my gosh, I just couldn't believe it when he found it. And the polish on this thing, well, you can see the polish, it's just so shiny, and I can't, to hold this thing is, you know, to say the least, spiritual. I mean, the amount of time it took to peck all this area down, to peck it out with another rock, and then to smooth it off, and then put those grooves around there, it's just phenomenal. But after he got it cleaned off, I said, okay, Fred, you're done. Lesson's over. I ain't not taking you no more. You're on your own.
Yeah.
I don't know if this ain't gonna do anything. I thought maybe I could magnify it a little bit for you. But this is just a beautiful, beautiful artifact. I don't know what time period it is. I would say at least in the woodland time period. There really were no other artifacts that it could be related with. Like I said, I found like 2 chips in the center section, the groove part of an axe, and that was all I found. So dating this thing, I don't know, but it just a beautiful piece. I'd love to have this in my collection, even though I didn't find it, because I bought a bunch of stuff years ago, and I've said before, I tried to resell it, and the guy I bought it from, Rainbow Trader, said it was all fake. So if I don't pick it up and wipe the dirt off of it, I won't have it in my collection, because I don't know if stuff's real or not anymore. But this, I can vouch for this piece here. I was with him when Dave found it. Now the funny thing is, where my wife works, she works at a dental office, and a guy came in and was talking about this, and she says, I know that guy, and that was my husband you were talking to. So there's another person that could
So that was the other dude that was there when I was washing it off?
Yeah, it was.
Well, my little sister went over to Cahokia, was showing them.
Yeah.
And that dude was there, and he's like, I was there when your brother found this. And he was an archaeologist, but he didn't tell me nothing. You know, and he didn't say nothing about that.
Really?
Him being an archaeologist and everything.
Yeah.
My sister's there, yeah, you know, and he says, yeah, I really wish he wouldn't have washed it out and they could have tested what was inside the bowl and seen what they smoked and stuff like that out of it. But, you know, he never said a word to us about what he was or who he was when he was there.
Oh, I'm getting battery flashing.
Uh-oh.
I figured he would have...
So he came into your wife's work, too?
Yeah, he's one of her patients.
Huh.
I figured he would have said something.
He should have, or else, you know, we wouldn't have took all the stuff out of it.
Really?
I was just washing it off, yeah.
Well, I hope my battery holds out. Well, I about got this thing filmed anyway. I mean, I can't turn this anymore.
Nope, just turn it down the top and see how the bumps are offset, too. If you look down them, they're...
Pretty much.
Yeah, they're offset from each other.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. If you have any comments or suggestions or any dating, how to date it, please leave them.
Anybody got any ideas about what them bumps are for? You know, 5 of them like that. 5.
If it represents anything.
Something, right.
Just one cool piece.
See, I think it looks like an alien like that.
Yeah, it kind of does. Ancient alien.
See, I was holding it the other way when I found it, and I thought it was a bear.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Flip it upside
when
down
I
like
was
that.
cleaning it off, this was all full of mud, and this was
Right.
full of mud, and there wasn't much showing. I noticed these 2 nubs sticking out, and I thought they might have been arms.
Right.
And this was the head, the back of the head.
Right.
But I got a little stick and got to cleaning it out, and I'm going, oh my God, it's a pipe! It's a pipe, man!
Yep, I can remember that part.
Oh God! And I handed it right back to him. I said, okay, you're done. I taught you enough. You're on your own now. Well, I'm gonna get off here. Like I said, we're at 13 minutes, 14 minutes now, and my battery's flashing. And post any comments you like. I'd like to hear from you. You got any suggestions or answers or comments, questions? I'll do what I can to answer them. All right. Thanks for watching, folks.
Over and out.
Over and out.
Over and out. Keep hunting.
Yeah. Take care, folks.